Hi there, in today's recording I'd like to share with you a very simple idea that can help you to get a lot more done by understanding how your body actually functions. So what's all this about listening to your body and focusing on your body's clock and stuff? I hear lots and lots of talk about, work at your best time and stuff like that. And I just want to break it down into a really simple process that nearly everyone can follow. Now, you may or may not have heard a phrase or a word called biorhythms. Now, according to this study, is it a theory? I don't know. According to this concept, we all have days when our natural energy is high, other times when it's low, and other times when it's kind of in between. And the chances are good you've noticed this in yourself. Some people say, I'm just not a morning person, while others, like me, spring out of bed long before everybody else gets up and just starts cracking on with the day. But the great thing about this idea is that you can leverage this to try and maximize your most productive time based on how your body tends to work. Some people call it a body clock, and that's not a bad way of viewing it. So, first things first, we need to get sleep out of the way. It's absolutely vital you get a decent night's sleep. Now, that doesn't matter whether you go to bed at midnight and get up at 8, or go to bed at 10ish and get up at 6. It's entirely up to you. You need to work on getting between 7 and 8 hours worth of decent sleep every night. Everybody needs sleep. Promise you, you probably even tried it, several days without decent sleep, and you are literally asleep on your feet. You're like a zombie. Your body is there, but your brain simply isn't in the room. So here's where it all starts to come into play. I want you to have a think about when you are most awake, when you are typically throughout the day most alert. When are you at your most energetic? Now, I don't know many people like me who tend to get up nice and early and spring into the day and exercise before breakfast, and by the time we've hit the door to do the school run, lunches are prepped, have had breakfast, daughter's had breakfast, had exercise, everything is good to go. But I don't know that many people like me who do that in the morning. Other people take a little bit longer to ease into the day, and that's fine. You work out your own rhythm. If you've worked Monday to Friday, you will have a rhythm of your day. Now, because I'm typically a morning person, my most productive time, my most energetic, my most mindful, my most alert times are in the morning. Typically, I get to my desk somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and I will crack on with the most important stuff in my working day up until about 11, maybe 11:30. Because I know that once I get beyond that, my body's clock starts slowing down. I'm at my best in the morning. But of course, that might be different for you. So I would urge you from this point on to start thinking about when you're at your most alert. You don't need to do anything with it right now. I'm going to explain how you can leverage that. But have a think. And if you can't work it out, start making notes throughout the coming days. Because it could well be that your mornings aren't particularly brilliant. You don't actually start becoming all that alert until, say, 11 o'clock. At which point, your most productive time, your most alert, awake time will probably be 11 o'clock until whenever, 2 or 3 o'clock. Okay? And that's fine. Now, the reason why I picked on this is because those most alert hours are the time when you should be doing your most important work. Now, in my view, the most important job of a self-employed person is getting and keeping customers. So, first thing in the day, I almost always do my marketing in some way, shape or form. I make videos like this one. Right now, it's 9:05 in the morning. It's on a Monday morning. And while everybody else is there going, oh God, it's Monday, I'm here making a video because I know this is my most productive time, my most alert, awake, energetic time for me to get this stuff done. So, understand your time. And then schedule into that time your most important tasks. Now, like I said, for me, the most important tasks are getting and keeping customers, typically revolved around sales and marketing activity. Because ultimately, if you don't schedule those in, often they don't get done. But that's a story for a different video, story for a different recording. But have a think. When you understand your best possible times, That's when you need to do your most important work, the stuff where you need to genuinely focus. Now, I've explained in a previous recording that if you want to maximise your time, you need to switch things off, like your phone, your email, etc., your social media, so there's no blings, dings and alerts coming at you, so you can just focus. And this would be an ideal time, the best possible time for you to do that. When you are at your most alert, your most productive, your most energetic, that's when you just need to switch off all the distractions, so you can just get some work done, get some quality work done, get some 100% focused work done at your best possible time when you've got the most energy and the most alertness. Alertness. Is that a word? Is now. Now the concept is actually quite simple, but to schedule your key work around these specific times can be very, very difficult. So, but it's up to you to understand your times. And I'm going to give you a few examples. I told you about my best time to work. My friend Claire, her best time to work is in the evenings. She's definitely not the world's best morning person, so she often doesn't actually start coming into her most energetic self until the afternoons. A friend of mine's not long just started in self-employment. He managed to get stuff done during the day, but he says actually between about 8 and 10 at night, my brain starts to come alive. I'm at my work, at my best. I can focus. Other people I know are particularly focused and particularly energetic between 2 and 5 in the afternoon. So again, it depends entirely on you and how you can make it work out. But what I would urge you to do is don't just discount this as, pie in the sky or woo-woo stuff. There's plenty of that around. This stuff works. I would never have believed it until it was pointed out to me, and that's why I now do my most important, most productive, most focus-intensive work before 11 o'clock or before 11:30 in the morning, because I know that it's the best possible time for me to get that particular work done. So I hope you found that useful. As ever, if you have questions, please write them in the comments below. It'd be good to hear from you. We always respond to questions and comments on our social media. And remember to share it out far and wide. It would be good to have you, good to get this out there, and subscribe if you're not already on board. And finally, check out the smashingselfemployment.com business community. There's loads of resources on there. They're all free. On our blog, there's dozens of articles which can help you and your business. We've even got a free marketing course on there that shows you how to do the things that we did to double our turnover in just 9 months in my web design business. But that's enough for me. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.